Metal dumbbells.
Roll.
Sup fam,
Fam.
welcome to Mental Numbers episode 43.
43, that's right. And today we have the immaculate, the always so motivational InnerPill. Have you ever thought what is inside you? This guy. Justin, come on, introduce yourself a bit. Lie, intro.
Hi, so I have this page. People call me InnerPill, but my real name is Justin. So I am how old? 23 this
Nice.
year, and I'm from Singapore, just like that. So I'm just gonna speak English. Too much proper English. So yeah, so I
Hey, don't
started.
stress, can see you damn stressed.
Yeah, wow.
Just
First time.
Relax,
First
it's
time.
okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so what do you do on InnerPill?
Okay, so on InnerPill, I actually share like personal growth and like ways that I develop. So I just basically document how I grow, and hopefully someone out there will find that it's beneficial for them.
Nice.
And yeah, and that's about it. Because I think the main thing about InnerPill is to share the belief that everyone deserves to be happy, and that's the main thing, to be genuine and be happy and be kind.
Nice.
And that's
That's
all about it.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
actually very
the
same to what we do, right? We documenting. So me and Arrow, we document our fuck ups, which is ever so every other day. So
Yeah,
and sometimes
every other day. Oh my
and
god.
we share our growth. And honestly, what caught my eye about our account was that how real it was. Like that day we were just chatting. The first time we chat, remember I told you just fucking do it.
yeah.
You say you scared to put your face,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Then I was so scared to put my face, and then at first I was talking to Sian. I was like, I actually quite public, like camera shy, and then I don't dare to put my face. And then he was just like, okay, just do it. I said, okay, fuck it, just do. And I think then there was this person, I think Sun Yi. He started this 7 days public speaking challenge. I was like, okay lah, this is a sign. God gave me the sign. Okay, I just go. Then I started to. I think the first time that I did it, I had carousels. So my second one was a TikTok on my face. Then like it wasn't. I was damn scared lah, cause like I was so scared like people would judge me. Like I didn't want people to know that I was doing this, cause of the stigma that motivational speakers or like I want to be an influencer and that kind of stuff. But then I was just like, you know what? No one cares. Honestly, no one gives a shit about you. Like you can just be you, and really no one cares. So I just did it, and now I'm like day 14 of showing my face, and
Nice.
it's amazing so far. Yeah,
Good
it's
job.
great, and I love it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Handsome
Yeah,
don't want share, walao shy some more, I also don't know.
Feel like saying that abuse his face.
Yeah, that's abuse.
Abuse his face. His jawline.
Jawline,
Yes.
I'm very curious to learn like why do you want to start this? Like, cause for us, our reason is cause my depression, Arrow's procrastination. We're all still dealing with it.
Procrastination. Wow, I have procrastination. Yeah, that one quite big. I think for me, I actually started this in 2015. If you believe it or not, 2015. I stopped for 3 years. I actually started. I'll be very honest. I started with the intent of making money. Like in 2015, I started. I thought like, okay, passive income. That sounds amazing. So my entire concept of happiness was money. So this was okay. So maybe a backstory. Like I believe that money is happiness.
Wait. Hold on. We still need to start our episode first. We haven't even
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's very juicy. But yeah, the whole.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I do is, wait.
Wait. What do I do?
Got water bottle.
I got.
Take water bottle, right?
Okay.
Then you go near your mic. So in 3, 2, 1, right? We will open and then we will mimic a sound of a can opening. Okay?
Like this
Yeah. Then you have to just drink and enjoy your drink. Okay? Then we cheers. Okay? Sian, ready?
3, 2, 1. So good episode.
Just water though.
Ice Mountain sponsor us, please.
Ice Mountain better than Dasani.
Hey, don't start some war over here.
Oh shit!
Oh,
That time we
shit.
kena sue. But Jaksani.
Okay, so how did you start in 2015, bro?
Okay, so for me, right, I think it goes down to the entire like stereotype, like you know how Asians they're always talking about studying hard, get a good job, 9 to 5 job, get high pay, like be a lawyer, a doctor, or now like com science. Actually, I'm in com science, so do computer stuff, so you get a good pay. So I always thought that money equals to happiness, and the only way you can get money is a good job, and the only way you can get a good job is good grades. So my entire self worth in 2015 to like 2019 was all about grades. Like the higher my grades, the higher my self worth. If I fail a test, I become depressed. Oh, that rhymes.
Oh,
Yeah, so
it's very the flow very
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
and then like after that it so became this thing where I forced myself to study until 2-3 a.m. almost literally every day. And I
Wow.
wanted to get good grades so much that yeah, I won competitions. I graduated with good GPA. I got a 3.95 or something when I graduated. But the thing is, right, I wasn't happy. I was not happy at all. Like the idea of success and happiness that I thought I would have when I graduated with a good GPA wasn't there. Like there's nothing. Like it's so empty, you know. Like after you graduate, like okay, so now what's my purpose in life? There's not really a purpose at all. And then so it's this thing where 2015 is all about money. And then I went to school trying to make more money. And then after I graduated, once I graduated, I actually broke up with my first girlfriend. And that brought a whole new thing because I was very emotionally dependent. So emotional dependent so that I always look to her for affirmation of my worth. And I also look to my grades for affirmation of my worth. And when I lose these two things, I basically broke down. Because what's my worth now? So I decided to find my own rock. So if some of you have followed me, basically what finding my rock means is my worth needs to come from internal. It should be something that I have control over and it should come internally. And as I started to grow, I just decided why not just continue making this page that I already have and just document down my growth. And that's about my growth since 2015 till now. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Right.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Because your content, what I see, right, is very like things that, you know, very, very commonly people deal with, but nobody talk about.
Yeah.
I saw the procrastination one, your challenges. I
Yeah.
really, I fucks with that. I saw your determination to grow. That was something that really resonated with me a lot. Especially the part where, wait, let me check, let me cite
No,
you
so
real
for
quick.
so for those that have not seen your content, right, can you explain a bit more in like what kind of content you generally do?
So usually what I do is I create carousels. Like I'm in the carousel community. So I will create like easy to read content about a single topic and one main takeaway that you can take from this. So it's mostly about sharing what I learned and my growth during my everyday life. So I also try to incorporate not so much about just content, but more about doing and the problems you face when you are doing it. Because like there's so many people out there, they just talk. They just talk and talk and talk. Okay, you need to stop procrastinating. You need to wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is the way to success and all that kind of bullshit. But they don't do. You know what I mean? They don't actually execute on what they're saying. So for me, I try to focus more on executing and showing you how hard is it to actually build a habit rather than just saying that building habits are good. So that's a TLDR, I guess.
The one that I read that hit me the hardest was I can no longer waste time on meaningless tasks because I have a dream and purpose.
Oh, I like that one.
That was something that really spurred me lah. And actually, that was the day that we were invited on the happiness initiative.
Yeah.
That was the day, right? And then it really sparked a thought in my mind, like everything I do now is taking one step closer to the person I want to be. I'm doing mental dumbbells, I'm doing modeling, I'm doing my e-commerce, all that kind of stuff. And I am very, very content. And that's something, gratitude was the thing that sparked the thing that sparked from this train of thought. Like being thankful for being able to do the things that I want to do.
Yeah. That's
Like
so
it
important.
really, wow, 很 touch, you know, like very touch the deep, you know, the inner pill, you know. Shameless plug.
Actually, that's how the name came about. Like people ask me like what's my name, but I don't know. Like you go doctor, you eat medicine, right? Medicine eat pill, right? Okay lah. You get a pill for your inner self lah. And like it makes sense because the thing is you don't always need me. You only come to me when you're sick. And when you're well, just move on and go on with your life.
I love it.
Yeah, you don't have to like stay and follow me forever. Just check all you need to know and go on with your life. Be the
I'm very
best.
curious though. Like you're still doing the channel, so I guess that you're still growing. But how's the progress so far?
The progress actually I never really pay much attention.
As in like your personal self, like your
my progress as a
yes.
development. So recently it's quite exciting. So for me, I started this November challenge to take full control of my life. Cause I had this
November.
this generator where you take a screenshot and then you will prompt something that you have to focus on this month. So for me, it's to start taking full control of my life. So as I develop, I realized that taking full control of your life means saying no. It means embracing all your emotions. And today, it means focusing and knowing where your weaknesses are. Because I fucked up at work. yeah. And
Let's share about that.
so today is more about I have this tendency to jump on many ideas at one time. So I don't know whether it's just me. Do you guys feel ever like you have an idea and then you jump on one idea, then you jump on the next one, but you never ever execute on any of them? So it's like you touch and go and everything, but you never ever go deep.
All the time.
So for me, that's basically what happened because I was doing incident response. So what happened is you have to investigate what happened in the case, right? So for me, I just kept on going on every single direction. I didn't really go deep or find out what really happened, and that was bad. So I realized that, and I realized that taking full control means knowing what you're weak in, being aware that you're weak in that, and tell yourself logically that you are doing this, so stop doing it. Like when you see yourself jumping, you tell yourself, be aware that you're jumping around, focus on one. And I think my way is to actually write a piece of paper and say, okay, this is what I need to focus on. And I tell my friends and colleagues, okay, if you see me doing anything other thing, you better hit me, scold me. Because you must let me know. Yeah, and I think that's that. Yeah.
I think me and Arrow both need that. Like really, like me and Arrow, we got a lot of a lot of tendencies
Just
to
all
do.
over the place.
Yeah, like me and
all
Ethan when
over
we
the
hang
place,
out,
right?
it's like keep jumping around. One second we're eating chicken rice, next second we're fishing and something like that.
Attention span just like goldfish like that.
Yeah. Goldfish. Yeah, literally, I'm a goldfish. I was saying like how I was a fish. And then you put the bait in front. I just eat everything. Then I end up in some net. Then like, where am I? I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Actually, Arrow, I think Arrow, like I don't know, like for someone like me, like okay, my procrastination game is like certified with honors one, that kind, like PhD level.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what would you tell me? Like it's easier to say than do, ma. I agree, but I don't know what you would say.
Honestly, I procrastinated too. But you know why I procrastinated? Because I don't find joy in the things that I'm doing. It's so simple. You procrastinate because you're not happy doing it. Ask you, will you procrastinate smoking? Or you quit smoking, is it?
Yes, I quit smoking.
Okay. I mean, like last time, let's say last time. Will you procrastinate smoking?
No, fuck, I make time for it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Because it brings you joy, it makes you happy. Right? Exactly. So you procrastinate because it doesn't bring you joy. So it should be a sign and an indicator that the shit that you're doing isn't making you happy. Right? If you look at it from the other point of view, you don't force yourself to finish the essay. You either be happy while doing the essay, either by listening to music or some other form of means, or you find another way to achieve the same results without going through the same path. So that is just my personal take on what procrastination is all about. Yeah.
Arrow was
a take on procrastination.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, it's like how we are coping with editing of our snippets now. Right? Because me and Sian now we are really very slow in our media content. In like when it comes to like creating the stuff ready, we cut the snippets, then we need to edit, we still need to post it. But right now what we're doing is I kind of like ask my girlfriend, because since she now has a bit of free time, so I will kind of like pay her a very nice token fee, then she help us to edit and cut the snippets.
Arrow, you hired
our first ever employee. But it's like it makes a lot of sense, because I mean on another note, I don't do that very boring editing for like 6 to 7, 8 hours, because every time I always procrastinate like hell trying to do it. which makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So recently only we just really also found out like actually it's quite smart to when we are not very happy doing it, right? We are just trying to find ways around it.
Yeah, find someone that enjoys doing it. For me, I don't procrastinate InnerPill. Like I always make content, like I enjoy making content, but that actually cost me my grades. Because I actually failed my test yesterday. Because I didn't study at all. Because I was so focused on InnerPill. I was like, fuck studies, like fuck it. And then like I actually made a story and saying like, yeah. So the thing is, I realized that I just need to find joy in studying again. That's it. Find joy in studying.
How do you go about that though?
That's an interesting question. Actually,
Oh.
I don't really know as well. Like honestly, I don't know. Maybe give yourself some breaks or get snacks.
Studying with friends always makes it quite fun.
But is it effective? That's a different question.
Yeah lah. I mean, you must choose the right friends lah. Right?
Yeah,
not
exactly.
like every 5 minutes we go smoke.
Last time I quit already, I quit smoking already,
Quit already.
Hashtag I quit, bro. Hashtag
yeah, I quit.
I remember last time when I was O levels. Me and Sien's brother used to always go to McDonald's there and just chillax and study at the same time. So it was really quite fun. I mean, for those people that are studying right now, I mean, you can find ways to make it more interesting. Right?
Yeah,
maybe like you all study one chapter, you all play one ML. Study another chapter, play another ML.
Actually, about studying, I just want to say that so many people think right, they have to study like 1 hour straight or half an hour straight. But honestly, you don't. You just need to have one takeaway and then go for a 5-minute break, come back, have one more takeaway, go for another 5-minute break, then come back, one more takeaway. You don't have to learn one whole chapter in one sitting. You just need to have one takeaway, you understand it fully, then you take a break. Then you come back, get one more thing, and then take a break. No one's asking you to cram the entire book in one day. Like, who can?
I got exam, I think that's me.
Then it also comes to how Parkinson's law works. Right, like Parkinson's law is this law that says that I don't know if you have as example, let's say you got 8 weeks. You got 8 weeks, 8 weeks. Yeah, you got 8 weeks, right? Then you have 8 weeks to finish a project. You will take the entire 8 weeks to finish a project, but technically it's just the last 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah.
Ever happened to you? Yeah. Because that's Parkinson's law. The longer the time you have, the longer you will take to accomplish it. So if you set yourself 2 weeks for 8 weeks project and put it in these 2 weeks, you'll finish it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, interesting. It's called Parkinson's law.
Yeah, Parkinson's like the disease, no?
Interesting.
So when I learned about it, I also quite, okay. Yeah, it's quite
you damn cool, why you learn all this theory one? Like drop one more knowledge one more.
One more, I don't know, Peloton's law. I think you know 80-20 rule.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, about how 20% of you should focus on the 20% of the things that gives you 80% of the returns. So like what is the thing that gives you the most out of your life? Like example, if you spend a lot of time watching Netflix, spend a lot of time playing game, spend a lot of time reading book, what should you prioritize? The thing that gives you the most value. And I'm not saying that game and Netflix is bad. If you are a content developer or a director, then Netflix will be amazing because you are learning how other people's style and their filming is like. If you are in the gaming, if you are in Twitch, and you're streaming, then of course playing games will be great. But if you are in the field where you need to study and like for me, reading books will always be good because it provides me the most value and the least amount of time that I need. Like I can take 5 minutes and I can tell you all these laws already. Because that's all I need. And that is like the 80-20 rule, which is also the Peloton's law.
Damn.
Yeah. So these two laws, imagine. Yeah. So these two laws, when you put them together, right, it's like exponential. Imagine doing the most important thing and limiting it down to a certain time frame and you focus on it. Boom, productivity.
Arrow, I think you need to finish editing the next snippet in the next 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, also have to be realistic about it.
I love it.
Yeah. I think this productivity, because I kind of like a productivity junkie. I always like looking for new productivity hacks. Yeah.
I think you read a lot of Tim Ferriss books and stuff like that.
4-hour work week. Yeah, I read the 4-hour work week. I think one of the key takeaway was to limit down your tasks to 3 things. Like your to-do list. It's not a to-do everything list. You get the idea? You know your to-do list, every time you do, then you add more. You add more. I finish, I add more. I add more. Then how you never gonna finish? Why you keep adding? Right? You think about it. Walao, where got you run 1 kilometer, then you run one more kilometer, then when are you gonna reach the end? Right? So the idea is that every morning or every week you said, okay, I have X number of tasks, and that's all I'm gonna accomplish. After that, it's less time. And that's how Team Ferries do it. That's how the 4-hour work week do it. So they say I have to accomplish these 3 things, and the rest of the time is free for me to do whatever I want. And then you learn to say no as well. So if people ask you to add more, you say no. Sorry.
This is no. I never read the book lah. Arrow, you got read the book?
No, haven't yet.
Okay, I'm gonna ask some questions that may come off stupid or sarcastic, but it's a genuine question. Okay. Genuine question. So do I include masturbation in the tasks?
Depends lah. Do you feel happy doing it?
Yes.
Then do lah. Then do lah.
I just want to put it there just to say.
It depends on how long you do it for, right? Imagine you do for 3 hours, then I don't think that's worth it lah. You 5 seconds, easy game, 1 punch shotgun, pump. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Give yourself a very short amount of time.
Yeah, short amount of time. 2 minutes done. No more, no less.
You get bugged for this. Okay, so back to you, right? I am more interested to actually find out how you get into this mode of like self-help and finding more about yourself. Because like I feel, it's like definitely there's always a point in someone's life that something impacted them for a while, for like a major impact, so which make them like more aware, like
yeah.
I mean, I anything in your life that you felt that pointed you towards this direction?
Okay, so I think for me, it all boils down to the studies plus the breakup with my ex. Right. The thing is, I believe there are 2 ways people can grow. Right. The first is maturity. So when you reach a certain age, you definitely grow. Like when you reach 30 years old, you better stop playing game and start thinking about BTO. Right. Nice. And then when the other way is like emotional catalyst, which is what happened to me. When something so emotional in your life happens, it breaks you down so much that you decide that you need to get up and do something about it.
Right?
Yeah, so for me, that was the breakup and the graduation and the whole period. I was like, okay, fuck, I need to do something about my life. So I started reading books. And I hated books. I legit hate books. I didn't even read a single book for like the past 18 years. Until this happened, then I started reading self-help books and I was like, hey, this is so relatable. Like I can actually relate and do the things that, not like you read fiction book like what Harry Potter, okay, now I'm gonna cast a spell. No, like what, okay, I'm gonna start flying now. Then I can't relate, like I just can't put myself in there. But then I read the self-help books. It's like they say about how emotional dependency. Like I think this is from the 7 habits of highly effective people. There are 3 stages. So dependency, independence, and interdependence. So dependency is like when you're an infant, you depend on someone. And you know how, and then this is so true because in poly, you have those friends that always ask the teacher, hey, just help me. But they don't actually go and solve the problem themselves. That's a form of dependency as well. Dependent on the teacher. Or there's also financial dependency, depending on your parents, depending on your friends to pay for you. And there's also like emotional dependency, which is like for me, because I'm an empath, and I'm very emotional by nature. So my emotions, right, are very affected by how other people treat me. And my self-worth is generated from there. So knowing this raised my awareness and I was like, okay, I need to stop this because I hate being so emotional all the time. So I started to learn how to use logic to detect my emotions. I was like, okay, you're feeling this right now, you're feeling emotional, but there's nothing you can control. It's out of your control, it's out of your circle of influence. So don't give a fuck. Don't care about it because you can't control it, So that was the train of thought that led me to this growth of mine.
Wow, but it's a very slippery slope. If because humans are meant to be emotional and logical, right? The world is logical, but humans are emotional. Empath, right? Then by having this train of thought, don't you think it's a bit dangerous to the point where you're scared that you get to a level of extreme coldness?
I think balance is key. Like empaths are skewed towards emotions.
Correct.
Right. So for empaths, you better work on your logic. hang out with logic, communicate more with logicians and all. But if you are logicians and you don't fucking have a clue about how girls feel or how why your friend is feeling angry, then you better start working on your bloody emotions, start feeling the emotional connection. Like, you know, I have talked to logicians, like people that have logic and say, I just don't get it why you're angry. And then the key is like for empaths, we can't control them. But we need to communicate and tell them, yeah, this is why I'm feeling like this. Don't just assume they know, you know. Not like empaths. I don't know if you are empaths, but I am. Yeah, you know how we assume that people know how we are feeling?
Yes.
And then
Arrow
suddenly
verse,
it's
arrow.
like, yeah, I angry, I better just do some like some subconscious, just see like this, then you think you know I'm angry already. Then cause that's what I did. And that's why I broke up. Because like when I'm upset, I don't communicate. I didn't have the courage to face my feelings and communicate with other people. And I think that's super important. Like communication is one of the things that everyone needs to work on. So, and balance is always the goal. The goal.
I love it. I can feel the passion from you.
Thank
stay
you.
where? You stay where? Wait, you stay far other side of the country.
No
I
lah,
also
same
can
with you
feel
lah.
it.
Yeah.
I really like
Okay lah.
that dulaness, you know, when you want to
Yeah, damn angry.
yeah.
I cannot curse. Cause my brand right don't usually curse one.
Oh,
Then now okay, I can speak Singlish, so I can just
Yeah,
like
man,
be
just
myself.
do it.
fuck it, bro, just chill only.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, and I
So
think
who are your? Alright, go on.
nothing. I forgot what to say.
Alright, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I just very curious. What are your main few like motivational speakers or anyone that you look up to online?
Currently,
Yeah, where you draw your? Oh, okay.
Gary V. That guy. Oh
Nice.
shit. But he's more towards the branding and social. I think I also
What
look
type?
up to The Rock. I think quite mainstream lah. I look up to his ethics, and also who else can I think of? I think I look up to Vex King. I don't know if you all know Vex King.
Yeah,
He has a
okay,
book.
bro.
I haven't actually read his book, but his quotes that he put online are so calm and peaceful.
Like
It's always
how to
about
spell?
Vex King, VEXXKING.
Oh,
It's always about
okay.
how you can't do shit, just focus on yourself. And that's it. 90% of the stuff that we think about, we can't do. Like we think about, oh shit, COVID-19. Fuck, why got COVID? You can't do anything, lah. You're also not doctor. What are you trying to do? Right. So
okay.
I think these few people.
Yeah, man. I also very highly motivated by Gary Vee. Last time was insane, man. Bought all his books, put on top of my wall, the stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I didn't buy lah. I borrowed from the Overdrive free.
Smart. Yeah, but I mean, I think he also majorly influenced your channel, right?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
it's more about documenting and going on.
Yeah, I think that was what changed my entire perception of how I want to tackle this channel of mine. Like I literally thought that you have to sell stuff to be rich. But I realized like what the fuck. Technically I also have nothing to sell lah. Like if you want to sell, you got nothing. Maybe my butt lah, but my butt also quite flat, so I also don't think about anything lah. So like I think he changed the concept. You know, like jab right hook, the book. So it's really about giving, and then one day you just sell. And don't be afraid of selling. Yeah, and I love that.
You and Arrow you all say the same words once.
I mean, you follow Gary Vee long enough, right? You can like literally think about what words he's gonna say. Yeah.
Dude, very cool, right?
Yeah.
The time me and Qian went to his Bad Minds Asia talk.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I want to go. I never went
before COVID.
How was it?
Yeah. Really, the energy that he bring intense, man.
It was really awakening.
I almost got a chance to ask him like questions.
Oh, you're curious the sites,
Yeah, man. Curious the sites, man.
What will you ask him though? Just really curious. What will you ask him?
Like the only thing I can remember is whether or not I should ask him whether should he be on our podcast. Like,
he'll tell you you will be the 16th person or something like that. Right?
But I swear, one of the reasons why we started this podcast is that ultimately next time we still want to get him on the show.
Oh yeah. I actually wanted to start a podcast as well, but I just haven't got around to it. Also, I have no freaking clue what to talk about.
Hey, we can help you out with anything
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah. I will love it though. I will love it.
So like the
After
beauty
the-
of a podcast, right, is to literally, for me, personally, how this helps me is helps me translate my the side of me that likes to share to this platform that can see and help people. Because like the things that we share on podcast is like self-help plus love plus self-growth. You know, when you know it's not always appropriate to share this at all situations, ma. Sometimes you just at a kopitiam having your kopi, ma, right? And then you suddenly talk about self-love, people will just slowly
Like, what the
distance
fuck?
and right.
Yeah. Wow, I get that a lot. Like some people, like, okay, so I have this thing, right? They go all like, my friends are like, oh, you're InnerPill. Then like they start talking to me, and then they expect me to like how turn off the thing that turn off my InnerPillness. And can you don't be so motivational? Can you stop trying to help me? Then like, but that's me, like I'm not InnerPill. InnerPill is me. That's me. And they expect me to be like,
just
so
tell them,
I get what you mean.
Tell them straight up, they're like, hey, why are you asking me to not be me?
Yeah.
Right. Why? I thought we friends because you like me. Then why you don't like this part?
Yeah. And I also agree, like, because sometimes you need like proper environment, like maybe 11 p.m. You have some beers in front of you. Then someone is crying or some shit, and then they say, "Hey, my girl, think she cheat on me, sir." They're like, okay, then you sang. Okay, my time to sang Thai. My time to share, you know that kind of thing. But it cannot be like, walao, Hai Di Lao eating halfway, then I say, hey, you know what? You need to get your shit together. Walao.
Clubbing halfway, dancing. Hey bro, hey
bro. Hey, can you hear me or not? Can you hear me?
I mean, okay, so like Arrow, something that Arrow really taught me, like really drew into my head. You are the accumulation of the 5 people you hang out with. That's something that fucks with my mind a lot. So I also have been choosing the people that I hang out with from day to day. Like the company that I hang out with now, Arrow, like your inner circle is really important. And I urge you, if you are receiving this kind of, like, I'm not saying that they're bad people, but like, just do what's that called? Arrow, you tell me to
validate.
No. Must check, like
Self-aware.
no bookkeeping, something like that.
Yeah, just do like a self
Audit. You need to audit.
Auditing, yeah. Audit your circle of friends. Important, yeah.
So like if there are places that you are thinking of going, or someone else you want to be, you really need to audit your friends because it's just really an average of the people you with. And then if like let's say, because initially last time when I was very ignorant of everything, like I wanted to learn more about business and all the sort of stuff. Right? I met this guy who was so smart, right? Like he's a fucking walking encyclopedia of business. Really damn sick. Yeah, whenever you talk to him, like for 5 minutes, right, you'll be like, wow, this guy really got a lot of things in his head. Like he just spends his free time just chilling and reading books. And he's not just a nerd, like he's very charismatic. He gets to talk to a lot of people, and then so like the time I really hang out with him a lot just because I really want to be more like him. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff. Then he teach me a lot also. Then last time, when I had a story where I from secondary school, Sec 5, I want to go into a proper poly and a proper course. So I hang out with this very good friend of mine named Kamho. So he had a lot of very good ethics. Like, he go to interviews, he teach me a lot of stuff, all this something. So really just be with people that you want, right? Yeah. It's good.
I agree with that. Start with the end in mind. I have this theory, actually not really my theory, I took it from a book also. Right, that you have to imagine yourself, or like you are imagining yourself dead, right? You're dead in the coffin now. One of your closest friend and one of your family gives a speech about you. What do you want to be known as when you leave the world? Right? Take these traits, take these characteristics, identify the people that already has this type of traits and are successful at it. Then fucking copy everything they are doing. Or not really copy, but ask yourself, implement. Like be kind, be genuine, all this, So you surround yourself with them.
Lifestyle into yours,
but not totally copy as well, not like Control C, Control V onto you. Like you Control C, then you paste already, you CC, then you filter a bit. Like imagine, like I cannot be like The Rock, walao, wake up 4 a.m. siao. Cannot lah, that one sleep at 12 wake up 4 eh.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah, that one I cannot. But yeah, I agree. Audit your friends and who you are around becomes somehow it influence you in who you are as a person.
I love
So
it.
like random question, like do you your main few friends, right? Are they in the same age group as you or?
They are, but actually they are not really the one that influence me the most. Surprisingly, right, it's the Instagram community that influences me. Like when I see other people and they encourage me to, like, you know, when I share my troubles online, they will encourage me and show me some words of encouragement. And I think it's this type of thing that also adds to the positivity in my life. Like, I don't think I'm positive all the time. In fact, like, I'm maybe only like 1/4 of my day is positive. Like the other 3/4, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? Then like when I scroll on Instagram and I see all the stuff and I'm like, okay, yeah, see this is great. And then I will repost this because this thing affected me today and I think it will affect others. So it's just that. And
everyone needs to find their way of recharging themselves. Because
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
no one goes around with like one of my favorite actors, Johnny Sins. You all heard of him before? He's known for having a hard rod. My energy is always this. No one can expect him right to walk around with a hard rod right every day, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Even superstars have to rest.
Yeah. Even
Using humor to
superstars
get my
go through
message
it.
across.
Yeah, exactly.
High level intellect.
That's a great quote.
Yeah, quote me, cite me,
Superstar.
先2020.
Even superstar have to rest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
look at
agree.
Johnny Sins. Yeah. Don't be so hard
Like
on yourself.
there's this thing that this analogy that I came up with. It's
Hmm.
like a water tank. I don't know if you've seen the one about water tank. Like your life is like a water tank. You know how you flush whenever you flush. Sometimes you can't flush anymore because there's no more water in the water tank. Then nothing goes out. Then you must give it time to recharge itself. That's your life. You can't always give. You have to recharge, and that's normal.
Damn. Water tank.
Yeah.
People use battery, use water tank.
No, of course I trying to flush my cotton bud down the toilet bowl. Then I'm like, siala, I cannot go down there. Then I'm like, big brain.
Big brain, big thing.
Big brain. Yeah.
No,
So
I would love to see you guys in the same rooms too.
any current main problems you are facing now or any big
Well, I
challenges?
can't mean big challenges. Challenges.
Or like the thing that is on your mind now.
On my mind,
Yeah.
I am trying to clarify my purpose.
Okay.
Like, I have a purpose, but I do not know if this is my real purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I want to help people, but I don't know whether it's really about letting them know that they deserve happiness or whether it's just something that I want, like I want happiness. And that's why I'm telling people to go and be happy, right? And I'm an advocate for like doing the things that make you happy, but sometimes you can't. Like there are some people out there, like this is gonna turn really dark soon. Like there are some people out there with 3 kids, working a part-time job, like working a job that pays them only $800 a month, living on government aid. Right, their kids don't even come home, and they literally have to earn their money goes from their hand to their mouth every single day, every single month. So how do you expect them to have the energy to do something that makes them happy? And it's this type of thoughts that make me think like, am I really sharing and advocating on the right stuff? Am I really making an impact on people's life? Because what I may share with them, like to go and chase your dream, may actually ruin what they currently have. Imagine someone that has 3 kids and only earn $800 a month, go out there and start being an influencer, earning $0. Then how? Then what will happen to the kids? Right. So it's this struggle of, am I putting the right message out there that I really struggle with?
When we come across as I think this question, I think this state, I say,
go ahead.
okay, I also don't know why I ask him, but like when I share about like mental health, mental wellness, it cannot be. I mean, every message that we put across is always with good intent, but I get the sentiment whereby the pathway to hell is led by good intentions, and I feel that always when you're giving out a message, it is from good intention. There are always extremities, right? There will be against what you're saying. Like let's say, for example, something very extreme, like one that we talked about the other day, abortion, right? I mean, the speaker that we had was pro-choice. What if someone with a different background, like have to really have to, then you hear a podcast, then like they regret that, like, oh, shouldn't have, like different. There's always a hater, lor. Like hater is a very extreme form of voting, but I feel like as long as we try our best and sleep well, we can eat well, we can share with majority of the people the love that we want to share. Don't be real, right?
I think you answer my question. Yeah.
The situation that you brought up just now, I feel like it's very dark. I get it. Because as someone who overthinks very often, dark thoughts are not strangers to us, ma.
Yeah.
Just got to remind yourself that Arrow always tell me, whenever I overthink, Arrow tell me.
Yeah, overthink. Fuck it. Just get it out of your head. Yeah, and I think also advice don't apply to everyone, right?
Yeah.
My advice is like you have to also take responsibility that you can't just follow whatever the fuck people put online. Like everyone has their own opinion on everything, and like I have my opinion on happiness, and if you don't like what I'm saying, you should go and find someone else that can guide you and be happy. Right?
Wait.
Like
Arrow always tell me something when I overthink first before you continue. Arrow, what do you tell me when I overthink?
Shut up, I forgot already.
Just now only, this afternoon.
No, I forgot totally. What did I tell you? Yeah.
This is like
this is natural to him.
Yeah,
this is natural to him already.
Like
we don't even think about it when he say.
Arrow always tell me, you see, you think, what are the chances that will happen?
Okay.
He always
so
bring
I
up
always break
this
it down with you lah.
signature saying, what are the chances? Then I just like,
that will happen to you.
oh yeah, I stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, what are the chances that will happen to you? Exactly.
No, wait, but I want to say something. Okay. Let's dive a bit deeper towards that question. Let's say this lady, 3 kids, $800 a month. There is I share with you another story, because last time when I was diving into it about insurance, right, there is this very fun concept that I heard. So imagine this auntie, okay, this auntie that earns $400 let's say $500 a month, okay, and let's say she needs to you're deciding whether or not to sell her this insurance, and assuming this insurance costs her, let's say $200 a month or $250 a month. But the insurance is to cover her for her critical illness, or let's say if she gets in the hospital. So the question now is it right to ask her to buy it, or is it not right to ask her to buy it? You get what I mean?
I get the dilemma.
Yeah. So
it's
now the idea is like in that situation, right? Whereas that lady that earning $800 a month, and you gave her that kind of advice, or you gave her another point of direction. It's more of like a understanding that sometimes the right choice may not be the right choice, or like even if you get what I mean, like even sometimes you cannot even just think outright like, oh, she has $800 to survive, then full stop, there is no other better option. Another good option might be she risk it, she go and be an influencer, then just nice she online, she become popular. You get what I'm saying? Then imagine from that onwards she earn like another 5,000, 6,000, then suddenly she became like super awesome and have another life. But on another note, it's more of like, imagine if you gave her that comment, and then deep down, right, she really want to do something that she never had the guts to do before, and then she really went to take the leap of faith. You get what I mean? So it's also understanding like a bit more like I don't know whether is it used correctly, like empathy in that particular situation that matters.
I guess empathy in the fact that you are providing them the awareness that this is something they can do. Like in the insurance, let's take the insurance in context. I'm providing you what will happen if you have the insurance and what will happen if you don't have the insurance. It is your choice whether you want to buy. It's your life. No one can force you to buy. Yeah, so it's about, I guess I answered my own question, which is raising awareness about the cost. Then it's really up to them if they want to do it or not. And I think you make a good point about how they could either make it or break it. And I won't have a say in it as well. All I can do is tell them that this is a possibility and it's something that they can work towards. Yeah,
that's all we can do, I guess.
yeah, that's all we can do. We can't change anyone anyways, right? It's so hard to even change yourself. Like imagine trying to build your own habits. I can't even make my own habit. So how am I going to make other people?
Yeah, guys, every day we are just always fighting with our own
Yeah,
demons.
it's so trying to wake up early because I'm doing this challenge. Trying to wake up early is like it's like hell, man. Yes. So
Xian went to the toilet. I think he went to pee. Yeah. Okay.
the
Continue.
bladder is full. The water tank is full. Need to let it go.
Yeah, you want to ask?
Yeah. No, I'm just curious as to like what made you all started. Like, how do you all get the courage to put yourself out there, like to open up with your vulnerabilities?
I think ultimately it's a matter of understanding that we will still be afraid. But right now we still always have this fear that what if like we say the wrong things, or what if we one day get blacklisted by whatever shit that might happen. But it's also, I mean, we are taking it every step at a time. Like right now, like example you asked in my perspective, right? How different it is from mental numbers in my head and mental numbers now. I would say it's like only 1% of what I can think of last time. Like last time we have a lot of other big ideas. We have a lot of fun stuff we want to do. Like we have ideas that we want to create content, right, that is very self-help orientated, but it's fun and interesting to watch. Like we filmed this small mini episode, right, where we put a POV of Xian's anxiety, and we try to make you feel the anxiety. We done the video actually. We can actually private send it to you. It's very interesting to see, but
sure.
but then we just have a lot of things that went through, like procrastination or self-doubt, everything. So that's why when Asa say that, like, how we get the courage to breathe through, it's really the courage, right? Like ultimately it's come from me nagging him nagging me.
I agree.
Exactly. So
He
like
gave me the
because,
courage to start talking live.
So that's because initially I had the idea brewing in my head for a very long while, like because of Gary
6
Vee.
months. A few years, right?
Yeah, a few years. Gary Vee keeps saying like document not create, just record. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Then we dive in because that moment of time where our flip switch, right, was when Xian's I met Xian, and then Xian was really lost in his life. So we kind of like, okay fuck it, let's just do something. Then mental numbers was like his flagship for his focus of depression. So like at least when he really really want to end things, right, he can think of like, oh, there is still mental numbers that needs me. I still feel valuable in this. Then we created something together. That was another very big motivation, like in our start But right now we are still really very afraid of everything So like
I think everyone's afraid I don't even know who is not afraid. I fear a lot of shit.
I mean, the nice thing I read about Tim Ferriss is that there was once he was being asked, hey, why not someone just take a camera and follow him around and just see, because this productivity master, and want to see like what every day what the hell he do. But then he said like if it were, because he openly said if it were to happen, right, you all will find out how lazy I am. You get what I mean?
He only works 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It blew my mind because like to us, he do so many stuff. He podcasts, write books, and then like trains, and then do a lot of stupid shit that like he just find his the MRE, the minimum requirement. What is it called again? The maximum dose. No, he did this. He keep experimenting with finding out what is the minimum effective dose to hit a certain, like the law of diminishing returns.
MVP like most minimal viable product or something like that like the most minimum effort needed to pass
something around that idea. So like he really has a lot of energy and do a lot of stuff. But then again, it's our perspective, because like for him, it's just a couple of hours, I guess, in his life.
So if you think about it, he said like how productive you are is relative to who you are as a person, right? You can be working 10 hours, like let's say 10 hours a day, right? Earning a lot of money, but if you take the money divided by the total number of time you are working, versus someone that is working 2-3 hours and earning only $300, they will be making more than you, because the time to money earned ratio is different. And then like just talk about this, like you see the contrast between Tim Ferriss and like Gary Vee. They just put both of them together, and it indicates how advisors are so relative to who you are.
Yeah.
Like both of them are talking about the like similar concepts about how we can make the most of our life, but the way they go about approaching it is so different. It's like totally different. One is like you have to hustle every second of your life. Besides sleep, you need to sleep. And another one is like you just need 3 to 4 hours to get the most minimum out of it, and it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So another the current agenda that I have right now, right, is I'm very influenced by this book called The Compound Effect.
So, I didn't read them before.
Yeah, it actually is quite good for us procrastinators because it kind of teach you the importance of compounding. Yeah, which is like, because right now a lot of times I want to edit a video, I would think like, fuck, I need to sit down 6-8 hours of editing. But it actually guide us to say like, why not you just do 10 minutes of every day? Because if like I don't do 10 minutes of every day, I can clock up to like, let's say 60 minutes in one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's something very interesting for me to be diving towards. Then I want to recommend you another. Have you read Tony Robbins' book?
No, what, the Unleash the Giant Within?
No,
I haven't
you
read
go
it.
and see Money Master the Game, Tony Robbins.
Oh, I haven't.
Because
actually I haven't read Tony Robbins before.
Yeah, see, like for me, right? A couple of years back, I was heavily diving into self-help. So I think I think maybe let's say a few years back, I was like in your shoe right now. So I dive a lot into self-help, Gary Vee every day. Where I go to the gym, I listen to motivational speeches, all those sort of stuff there. But ultimately, one day there will be a moment of time where you hit it. I think you are roughly there, which is like you gain this clarity of like who you are, kind of like what works for you, what will not works for you. And then another note, right? The next moment, I feel the next direction that you should hit, right, is actually to understand how important it is to actually handle your own finances first. Then you focus on.
I started a lot on finance. Yeah, I recently started on finance. So when you talk about compounding, actually relate so much on how you should invest early. Like although I always say money is not important, right? But it's still an enabler, like it allows you to share your passion and your purpose on a bigger stage. Right. So money is still important. It's just not your most important thing in your life. Never your end goal, but still one of your mini goals or one of the milestones of your life. So yeah, I personally I believe like financial literacy, like everybody needs to like fucking learn that they need to stop spending shit on AirPods when they can't afford it. Stop buying shit you can't afford.
Yeah.
Like I have this friend that's earning like 1.5k. Then this new Apple Watch that's made of titanium come out, is like 1.2k. It's like, hey, should I buy this? It's like, what the fuck, how much do you earn? 1.5k. How much is this? 1.2k. Have you included Apple Care? Oh no, including Apple Care like 1.3, 1.4. What the fuck, you spend your whole month pay on this stupid watch? I buy you fake one from Taobao lah, fuck. Then like it doesn't make sense. Like you think about it, right? If you were to just invest in an index fund, it's so much better.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I think you will love the book Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins, because it breaks down a lot of intricate stuff that you need to understand about financial well-being. So for example, like a lot of people when they purchase insurance, they also purchase ILP, investment linked policy, which is some form of investment. So
like endowment and shit.
Yeah, I mean some of it is really makes sense, but some of it in the investment perspective is just terrible trash.
It's just extra money that it shouldn't. Like insurance is insurance, investment is investment. You don't mix both together. Like it's separate.
Yes. Yeah. So like the way I tackle it now is I have offense and defense. So defense is all my insurance. Yeah. Then offense is all of my investments. Looking at index funds. Looking at the option trading. Looking at any other stocks that I'm particularly fond of. So if it's very good news that you are already diving towards it. Read the book. I think it really helps a lot. Those people who are into very self-help, a lot of stuff, you read a lot of Tony Robbins, I feel it's time to dive into a little bit more finance, because ultimately I feel a lot of us, like we are going around the same path. Like I feel 3 of us actually going the same path, which is we want to help people, yes, but on my selfish end, right, I want to be a rich guy that helps people. I don't want to be a poor guy that helps people. Like you ask me why don't I spend my time volunteering at a charity I would say it's I feel in a sense in the micro scale it makes sense, but in the macro sense of things it doesn't make sense because I'm capable of earning more money, investing, earning big bucks in the future, and then I make a big impact. I start my own charity. I build this, I build that, rather than I were to go down and help in the least impact way that is designed for me lah. So for us, I feel bringing ourselves back into a position of very a very strong power to next time really help someone, right? And I think that's the main focus now. So like right now, this entire year was focused on investing, focused on saving money, just really working like mad. And then we're trying to just work it so that next time I can do whatever.
Yeah. Wait, how old are you this year? How old are you?
26.
Oh, okay, quite young. Hey, Sen, you're how old?
Same as you,
23. Wow, shit, I think you. Yeah. I remember this conversation. Yeah, sorry, I'm very bad at names. Names, age, places, all wow, cannot.
Goldfish. Goldfish is
Yeah,
a goldfish.
legit is a goldfish. But yeah, I think investing young is always good.
Definitely,
Like
I mean, but all in all, I feel like this conversation that I told you a long time already. I want to have you on the show.
Yeah.
It's because you and Arrow, I think, can click very well with the self-help and self-love.
Same mindset lah. Same mindset. Yeah. Invest
like,
young.
I love
And
it.
make
Really.
the move. Yeah.
I hope you really learned something from this today, and really thank you so much. We learned a lot from you today.
Yeah. I learned a lot also. I learned the fact that I need to start focusing more on just raising awareness and not just try to help everybody. Like
correct.
Like before this, I came in with the mindset that I'm so afraid of sharing something that may affect someone negatively.
Correct.
But then after your talk, I just like had the realization that it's their choice. I can't really help it if they take it that way. Like I can say fuck. People can take it like, okay, it's just another adjective.
Yeah.
But someone else can also take it that, oh, you're a motherfucker, you curse. You asshole. And like I can't help what they want to do and they think about it. But
haters gonna hate, bro. Haters gonna hate.
Like
potatoes
just
gonna
be you.
It's something interesting to inspire you. I feel in the brand world, right? If really you were to build up your brand effectively, let's say in the Gary Vee's model, it is actually quite lucrative and it enables us to really give back a lot more in the future once we find our own model of to get some profit out of it. You get what I mean? Like I understand it's very clear that we also want to look for a business output. For example, next time we also want to earn money from it. On another note, it's like I feel because right now we're also not earning from the number. Like I think once we cross the stage where we are earning, and then it will be more important to us. But for now, like I feel I've seen enough because I'm working in the media industry, but I've seen enough people that are influencers or like they have brands that actually pay a lot of money for them to be on something, to do brand deals, all this sort of stuff. So something to just inspire you. Like I feel it's very good that you have this channel because it's all about awareness, all about attention. Let's say next time if there is any bigger organization that wants to talk about mental health movement or anything else, you imagine a couple years down the road, like if our channel, like me and your channel, are more developed, next time we will have a lot of ways that we can get our revenue from.
Tell him how much you influencers get paid, bro. Tell him.
I mean, honestly, I don't think a lot of people watch our show, so nobody will complain. So there was this once, Sandra Riley. Okay, if I'm not wrong, okay, my memory don't fail me. It's about $30,000 to $60,000 just for her to appear in a short video of her like dancing in front of the like for Instagram story, right? Some commercial. I think it's just for some. It's either DBS or it's beer. I forgot. Right? It was years back, but it's around $30,000 to $60,000 for her to just do that thing. So you imagine almost 1 to 2 years of your average income that just one brand deal that it's really fucking intense one. So you imagine like let's say Gary Vee, right? He gets to go down and talk about like let's say his own thing, which is just fucking swearing and then just say
it's just like having fun and just talking about stuff and then you get paid. Yeah, and you're helping people as well.
Yeah, and then like that you get paid so much because people go down the event for you. People, because of you and your brand, people will want to go down. But the people that like last time we went to Brand Minds Asia, right? The first like let's say 6 people that came out on stage, they were fucking selling, man. They were like, oh, you want this is my best trading techniques ever since I started. Then the next one come in say, everybody please turn off your phone. What about share you is confidential. It will make you too much money for you to imagine. All those stuff like. Then afterwards, Gary Vee was last. Then Gary Vee came up. Then Gary Vee was just like, "Fuck it, man. I'm not saying you anything. Just talk to me." Then after that, you get what I'm saying? Like everyone was there for him. So like if you needed some form of inspiration, and it's also inspiring ourselves, I think this direction actually is very good.
Yeah, I needed that actually. Like I was trying to figure out my direction as well. Like
we have
if I
this.
do this full time, then
sorry to cut you, but we have
no, it's fine, it's fine.
Account on Jump Cut. So do you watch Simple Pickup?
Jump cut. Hey, isn't that the?
You try to go.
Sure.
Okay, so Simple Pickup is this YouTube channel that they have this channel where they go out and talk to girls. So it's about building confidence, talking to people. People who are more shy lah. So they came out with their own YouTube channels. They learn the algorithm. They kind of build the whole YouTube stuff until they were very very big a while back. So what they did is they kind of came up with a academy. Last time me and Sam bought it. So if you want to have access to it, you can go and let us know. Probably we can pop it into you. It's quite fun because it talks about how to vlog, it talks about how to do brand deals, it talks about how to get more traction, all this stuff. I mean, it's stuff that we supposed to be doing, but we're just also procrastinating. But it's if you need the information, it's here with us also.
I
man.
And
I will tell you, I want to tell you really, if you know how to negotiate and learn a bit more, right? Next time, this definitely will be a lot better, like a source of income for you also. I would believe so because it's like all about like I'm in the commercial film industry side things, but I can clearly see where my whole industry is shifting towards because we used to spend like 60 to like a few $100,000 to produce content that actually not a lot of people will watch. Like for example, let's say you see your MediaCorp dramas, right? At Toggle. Like I don't know which one you have seen because none of us youngsters watch.
I don't even watch Toggle.
Yeah, exactly. But because of MediaCorp, they are getting paid like they have the budget of like a few $100,000. Maybe let's say $500,000 or like 300K. For my knowledge, it might be wrong, okay? But like that big amount of money just to work and to get that content down, but actually nobody watches. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I feel sooner or later that form of money will be diverted towards more focused audience.
People that have brands, people that have influence over the niche community that they are built. So it's more of like getting the like they have this saying Indian chief. Everyone will follow the Indian chief. So if you're Indian chief in the community, right, they will pay you to make people go to the area. So technically, 讲得难听是这样子啦. If you say it in a very bad way, it's just they're paying the Indian chief. Right.
So hope. I mean, if anybody listen to this and really worry because money is a very big thing to us also.
Yeah.
Like it's our right now at this stage we need to figure out like what the fuck we need to do now for money and what the fuck we need to do now for our soul. Correct. So like that's why one of the reasons why we start Mental Dumbbells is really document more people talking about this. Document everybody like like we're sharing what our life decision. Like for me, I want to learn more about film. So I went to join the film industry. Then right now I'm earning an okay amount of money, but yet I still every day I get to learn more stuff about film and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. So like I hope anyone else who wants to start anything, just go ahead and do it.
Just fucking start. Like just start. What's stopping you? The worst is failure. Fail lah.
If you all need someone to tell you to start, right? Drop me a message.
He'll tell you to start. See, he tell me to
start
start showing my face. He's just like fucking just do it. Like you look at me, I also do. Then why you don't do?
That's what I literally say. Okay, hey guys, if we continue talking, our video editor go kill us.
Yeah.
So
the episode. Send to your
end of the episode. Anything last words, Justin? Follow him.
I just
Follow Justin on InnerPill, correct?
yes,
InnerPill,
please follow me.
correct?
If you like my content, if you like the stuff. And I just want to say, just do it. If you have a dream, you have a goal, you have an idea, you have a passion, you have a purpose, you have whatever the shit you want to do, just do it. No one gives a shit about what. No one gives a shit if you want to take photos. No one gives a shit if you want to start making dolls and sell it on Carousel. No one gives a shit. So just do it. And the thing is, you can be super happy. You will fail. You may fail. Like I'm not saying you'll succeed, but you have such a high chance to succeed and be happy. So just do it. That's all I want to say.
All right, wonderful. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up with my standard procedure. So if you're feeling sad, you're feeling down, you feel like there's no one around. All right, just hit us up on mental dumbbells with 1B because we fucked up. And either that or drop us a message. My name is Xian.
My name is Arrow.
And I'm Justin.
Yes, and that is the episode. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.